Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to Tensura Advent of Magic. There is another Shizu. This is Shizu number 4. What is going on? Like, I've seen 2 Mai's, 2 Shinjis, 1 Shogo, and then other than that, it's been 4 Shizus. But, yeah, last time was kind of rough. Like, everything I tried to do kept failing. Like, I went hunting for a winged cat. And in the end, I ended up cheating to spawn one in just because I could not get one to... I got 2 to spawn, and trying to tame either of them just wasn't working. The first one, the sword was too strong. The second time, I used the... I got this new sword from beating a Shizu. And then, it just, I don't know. It was rough. Other than that, we tried to do the whole thing where we trained up and then stole EP from from the Orc Disaster, and that failed too. I think we ended up losing like 30,000 EP or something like that. 1 second. I think we're good now. People were talking right outside my door, and it was kind of distracting me. I'm also not sure if it was getting picked up or not. But, yeah. We tried to do the whole train up an Orc Disaster in order to steal a bunch of EP from it, and that was failing too. Yeah, it was a little bit rough. But, anyways, between episodes, I have done a bunch more of this. We're now up to almost 40. We were at 25 last time, as far as Dwarven Reputation goes. I have actually too many coins. I should go trade up a bunch of these bronze coins for silvers, just to make extra space. But the problem is that also most of the trades are bronze. Like, a lot of the ones that I'm using for, like, gaining reputation are, like, cheap little things that I can just do en masse. So, having a bunch more bronze on hand is pretty nice. So let's see. Can we defeat Shizu? I would like to do it differently than I did the last time. Last time I just used a really powerful solar flare. Flame Lance is going to do literally nothing against her. Where is my spatial blade? Where is it? Oh yes, I also mastered Warp Portal, which gives you the ability to start training up spatial motion. So that's pretty cool. Sadly, it is not Shadow Movement. That's the one that lets you actually put away your subordinates and, like, take them with you. What is... Oh, Dimension Cutter. That's what the skill I want is called. So spatial damage should do fairly well here. Let's see, if I get too close, she'll auto-attack us. I'm also pretty low on EP, or magic kills, rather. Ah, okay, so our Holy Blade is able to just, like, insta-knock her into the Ifrit attack. That works out. So, Shizu... If I let her get an attack off on us... Oh, yeah, that's what you're doing. Ow, okay, healing up. So, if you hit me with, like, a big magical attack like that, it still does a decent chunk of damage. Gotcha. Come on. Gotcha. Okay. So there you are. Did we get the mask or just the schematic again? Looks like we just got another copy of the schematic. Dang it. Oh, well. I don't think the mask is that expensive. But if I can just get it for free, that's still nicer, because I think it's like a high Magisteel ingot or something. Also, oh yeah, this was kind of rough. There was a direwolf that was attacking me, and a bunch of the dwarves came to help me out and started beating it up so that I didn't have to. And one of the orcs threw a spear, and it bounced off the direwolf and hit a different dwarf. And yeah. Apparently dwarves attack each other. So there was literally an army of dwarves just beating up just one, and there was no saving that dwarf. That should probably be fixed. Dwarves should probably be made to not target each other. So, yeah, that was pretty funny. Anyways, I'm still going to keep trying for spatial magic, just so I can, like, sort of legitimize the winged cat we have. And I am, I think, going to head back to a jungle as well. I feel bad about cheating. I want to, like, I'd rather not have that, like, hanging over me, so I'm going to try and get that to be as close to legitimate as possible, as soon as possible. So I'm just going to keep a little bit more trading, and then I'm going to be heading back over there. And then after that, I'm probably going to record part of it again today. This is morning. What keeps happening is I'll record part in the morning and then record part at night. This is the morning part, and I'm probably going to see you tonight unless something else happens in the meantime. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Finally. So the cheating we ended up doing at the end of last time, of course, was instantly rectified. Somehow I knew. I somehow knew the game was going to do this to me. As soon as I gave in and decided to cheat on it, another winged cat spawned. Granted, we failed that taming, but that's the point for right now. And then, like, the next spirit we get is actually the exact spirit I was after. Because of course it was. You know what, I'm not going to complain. I felt bad about cheating, and the game made it so that my cheating technically didn't happen. This was medium, right? Yeah, just medium. That gets us gate, shrink, and teleport. Shrink is funny, teleport's kind of nice, and gate's there. We did just get spatial motion as well, though, so, like, kind of loses some points there for, like, the 3 spells we just got. But still, I'm glad to have it. Did I get rid of my medium summon? I think I did. Just double check, though. Summon, medium spirit, there it is. Beast, salamander, winged cat. Yep, we can just get those whenever we want. Which, speaking of which, I should probably actually use the elemental cores we got last time to make the spatial pads. Hello, Garfield. I should change the name. I think you can use a name tag to, like, adjust those. But you know what? It's Garfield now. So how do you make these? We need to make the warp cores, and from there, we use the warp ports to make warp pads. Smooth and cut. You can just use a bunch of tough, though. That's probably going to be the easiest one, because I assume I just have, like, an amount of that. And it's the only one that's not, like, split up across 2 different types. Well, besides Prismarine. Yeah, most of them you require, like, a polished version and the regular version. A couple of them you don't, though, and that's just easier, even if they don't quite look as nice. So, let's see. Do I just have calcite, or do I just have some tough hanging around? I really don't have any tough or any calcite, do I? I guess not. So what's the next easiest one to make? Uses. Red nether bricks are kind of annoying. Endstone. I should have a decent amount of it. Do I really only have 3? Wow, I just don't have any of anything that I thought I would. I don't... Quartz is annoying. I guess sandstone... I guess smooth sandstone and... Yeah, smooth sandstone and cut sandstone or whatever we need is going to be it. Let's switch over to warp pad. And the sandstone one, how do you get cut? It's 4 pieces of regular. Okay, so simple enough. Like so, gets us that, which gets turned into that. So from there, for the warp cores themselves, I just need low magisteel and ender pearls, as well as that stuff. Plenty of ender pearls, and currently have 2 pure magisteel, and I just need low, right? Yeah, I just need to turn all this into low magisteel, so take this and iron, and I should have more than enough at this point. So let me just run this through the kiln. Okay, so all that's run through. I can only make 8 ingots of it right now, though. I needed literally just a tiny, tiny bit more iron, so 1 more ingot and 1 more nugget should do the trick. I just went ahead and made this little plot here. The warp gate's gonna go right there. There's that run through, there's that. So in turn, I should be able to get 2 more of these, 1 and 2, and that's more or less all of our magisteel. We do have this, though. This is 9, right? Yeah, each of these is worth 9 low ingots, so I could get 2 more warp gates if I want. But from here, I should have everything I need for a warp core, and in fact, I'll make 2 of these. 2 warp cores, and I put away all the sand for some reason. Sand, 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 smooth sandstone, cut sandstone. And like so, I should be able to just build a sandstone warp pad and a second sandstone warp pad, which gets us, it's a waystone? So there we go. It only took like 4 or 5 episodes of specifically trying to get this one item because we couldn't find a cat. I forgot they're 2x2. And I let the cat out of my room a moment ago, and now she wants back in. Okay, I can pick them. I can just go steal them with molecular manipulation. Let me readjust my little, warp pad gate thing here real quick, because, like, clearly I made it the wrong size. So there's that. It's going to go right here instead. And I guess I'm going to shrink this on all sides. Either that or I make it 1 block bigger. But we do now have a warp pad here so that we can always just come home. So let me adjust this little pad real quick. Okay, so the thing is all set up. I'm just going to label this as Hippocrates Garden, which at this point is basically just becoming our main base, but it's more memorable to see Hippocrates than just base, I guess. So now we can just go wherever we want, and instead of having to rely on like setting up this, we can just go like so. And every time we do that, we just instantly get to head on home, which is very nice. I'm going to set up the other one in... we're going to set up the other one in the nether. Maybe I should have put that one in the nether too, because like nether travel is just proving to be way easier on our magic heal reserves. So there's that. I should increase the size of this as well, probably. Either that or I'm just going to like end up going through a wall. But it's relatively simple. Just grab out the sandstone warp pad and set this as... Wrong button. Where is my thing? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? It's right there. Oh, it's just one after the one that I'm actually training up. Edit this to say Hippocrates Nether, I guess. Hippocrates Nether. And save. So, we can now fast travel to and from the house. Yeah, we can now fast travel to the house, rather, a whole lot easier. Like, that's really nice. Like, it finally happened. Maybe I should put the other one at, like, the Daemon portal. Put one at... Either that, or where are my current save points? The current ones I have are the Dwarven Village, where we keep trading. So, that one's good. The Labyrinth entrance. I mean, that one's not bad. I do have to be in the overworld for it, though. I should probably change this to the spirit portal in the nether. That's good to have. That's okay to have. I should adjust it slightly, though. That one's just a cool thing we found but haven't explored. So cool. That makes me feel a whole lot better now that we've finally made progress on the spatial front. But, I guess at this point, what do I want to do? I would like to go do some EP grinding. Where did I gain like 20,000 EP since the start of the episode? Oh yeah, Shizu. Where did I get all the EP? The really powerful otherworlder we beat probably helped in that. But there's the spatial portals. I don't know. I've also been working on... There is also human kills we could keep working on. You know what? I think I want to head back to that, to the jungle for a little bit, because what I've been doing is beating up a bunch of... I'm specifically hunting for the pillagers with the banners, the one that give you the bad omen potions. Because if I manage to build up 25 of those, we can just do 25 raids, and at this point, that'll probably be easier than getting 1,000 human kills. So I think that's closer to over there. So I think that's what I'm going to go do for a little bit. Fly around in that. Maybe find a legitimately spawned wing cat and actually tame one so we have one always around that's more legitimate. And just gather more bad omen potions. Okay, so I've only been in the jungle for like a couple more minutes. I think I only managed to get one more potion in that time. But I guess I should go over Blink real quick, or Spatial Motion rather, because like it's a pretty nice skill to have. So we have the same warp ability, it's just instant now because it's not magic, and I believe I believe our max amount of locations in here is now 5. I'm gonna pull it up real quick to double check that, but I think that's right. Tensura Reincarnated, Spatial Motion. There it is. Come on, Spatial Motion. There, thank you. So, coordinates. Same as coordinates, but opens a portal. Prompts to take. Words are hard. Prompts the player to enter coordinates and teleport them there. Hold on. Oh, hold on a second. We only have 2 modes. We no longer actually have the coordinates mode. Like, it used to be a thing. Yeah, this is still. I think that's still old information for like the old version before the before spatial gate magic existed. But essentially, we have 2 modes, Warp and Blink. Warp works exactly the same as Warp Portal or whatever it's called, but I believe we have a maximum of 5 things. I could be wrong. And the second mode is Blink. It's just like a little 20 block teleport for now until it's mastered. I I think it goes up to like 30 or something like that. I don't know for sure. I tested a lot of the teleport magics in like the previous version, but obviously they changed a little bit. But just kind of nice to have, and it would actually help at least somewhat against the Orc Disaster training. Like, if the Orc Disaster gets too close, I should be able to just, like, fly up and out of the way. Blink might work to help lose aggro. I'm not 100% sure, but hopefully it does. Like, if I can, like, get as far away as possible with just, like, a normal flight and, like, blink the rest of the way very quickly, it might be enough to trick the AI, especially if I have it mastered. So, just a fairly nice little skill to have. I'm just going to master it probably, just like doing that while running around the jungle. But, yeah, I figured I'd just go over that real quick. Okay, I'm back. It's the same day, but now it's nighttime. I kept going with the whole pillager fighting thing for a little bit longer. I now have 24 ominous bottles, 1 more, and I can just do all the raids we need. Although human kills is up to 242, so if I just head back and do the grinding there, would probably even make it there pretty easily. But other than that, there was 1 more EP grinding test I forgot I had wanted to do. So, Gorgons. Gorgons have really high EP values. I want to say each one has like 100 or 200,000 or something like that. They have basically the same amount of EP as an otherworlder. So, 10 minutes, just like all the other EP tests I did, I flew around the entire map using the Explorer's Compass to go click search for next, and it would bring me to the next Gorgon Temple. I managed to get through like 12 in 10 minutes, and after that, looking at this, I went from 546,112 up to 566,406, meaning that I got 20,284. So that is just slightly less than what I managed to do in the Daemon realm, but not by a whole lot. And it's probably close enough that it's probably close enough so that you could like words are hard. It all comes down to like the random chance, which demons you get in that realm, how close together these are. If you have to like stop and go like doop 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 doop. Because like I did it by flying around, landing, dimension cutting through the floor, and then going on to the next one. If I had a way to like kill them faster without stopping and using up all our magicules, I could probably get more out of the Medusa thing. Oh, they have almost exactly 100,000. Cool. Although I don't actually get the Gorgon head off of doing that, but I don't really need it. So, Medusa hunting, slightly harder, slightly less efficient, but not by a whole lot. Anyways, I did pass at least 1 mage tower, so we can get new aspectual magic out of it. Why is that the pathway it took to bring me to the closest ones? I would have... I guess there to there is closer than there to there, and then there to, like, something over here. Okay, so, like, there's a mage tower here I want to stop at. There was a supermassive slime right here. I'm not sure if it's going to be there still. And I do also kind of want to see how much EP do I get from clearing out a whole thing there, a whole giant ant nest, because I did just pass by one of those. But first, how much EP do we get from a singular one of those? It should be like 3,000. 3,000... Yeah, like 3,100 and... 3,265 or 68, I think. But like, it's a pretty big number for killing a singular enemy that is actually very easy to deal with. But I'm gonna take the number. I just want to see how much EP out of a singular giant ant nest, and then I'm going to fly back and go clear out that wizard's tower I passed by. Okay, this was only a really, really small ant's nest, so not really a proper test. I got less than 1,000. What was I at again? That was... I forgot to write down the exact number. I think it was like 234 or something like that. I only got like 500 EP or less from just like a tiny little ant nest. It only had like 20 ants in it total. So I'll have to try this again with a bigger ant nest, but I just assume it's not going to be anywhere near as good. Like, that is never going to give you like 20k, just because the ants don't give enough for that, and there's just not enough in a singular ant's nest. But, anyways, I'm gonna double check to see if the, supermassive slime is still here. Otherwise, I'll see you over at the wizard's tower if it has something important. Oh, hello there. Do I really tame a giant bat for no other reason just because other than I'm just taming things with wings? Yeah, kinda. The only problem is I don't have a easy way to get you home. I can just, like, subdue you like that. Set to wander, set to stay, set to follow. Okay, you can't fly on giant bats. I didn't really think you'd be able to, but I could hope. Yeah, I don't have a good way to get you home. You're just going to be following behind then. Um, that could be a problem. I'm several thousand blocks away from anything. Oh well, let's just see. Our giant bat friend is... Oh yeah, I could also tame a hippogriff. Oh, sorry, hippogriff, I didn't want to kill you, but my bat maid gave me no choice. Yeah, I'm going to stop by that wizard's tower while also trying to get our friend here home without getting it into any trouble, which is definitely going to be easier said than done if it just decides not to follow. For a moment, I thought I was going to get to see a dragon fight a supermassive slime. It looked like it was going after it. But, nope. Dragony friend just decided to come after me instead. I don't even know why I bother collecting all this stuff. I'm not using the scales or anything. But another supermassive slime. I don't remember if our sword was a holy weapon before, but it is now, so it definitely should handle this fairly well. Ultra speed is just, like, too big of a problem. There we go. That was a lot scarier than I was expecting it to be. Ultra speed regeneration is just, like, kind of overpowered. Speaking of which, I have double checked, and we're at, like, 300 slimes now. Out on the dot. 200 more slimes, and we get self-regeneration, which will be very nice, and should pretty quickly just become ultra speed. But, yeah, I just need to make sure I go after every single slime I see. But anyways, that was the supermassive slime. The, magic tower is only like 1,000 blocks in that direction. It's just a little slow going. Okay, so I went upstairs and it was just a singular duplicate book, and in here there was a copy of Escape, and a copy of Windcutter, and a copy of Thunderlands. But these other two books I saw, Hypnos put even the strongest entities into sleep, and Spatial Storage, both of which sound pretty cool. Spatial Storage, I mean, like, Predator and Gluttony and that, they have a spatial storage built in. So I would assume it's just like a smaller version of that. where like you have access to like your stomach, quote unquote. It won't actually be a stomach since we don't have actual predator, but still. Oh, interesting. These can go on there. And then Hypnos, put even the strongest enemies to sleep. I assume that's one's going to require us to like master a sleep-based skill first. Well, let's just see. I did just master spatial movement. Where is Hypnos and where is... Okay, there's Hypnos. Don't need Earth. And spatial storage will just be nice to have on hand. Over... I don't actually need a warp portal anymore either. The spatial storage looks like it's going to be pretty cheap. Hypnos, I hope I can just learn it outright. I don't need to learn anything else first. It's expensive, which means I'm going to have to do that one in the demon realm, but it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be, I guess. Anyways, I'm just going to try and get our buddy... I forgot to name it. I think you can rename them with a name tag, so I'm going to try that when we get home. I think you can even build them. Let's see. Am I sending you through another portal and trying that, or am I literally, like, hopping from island to island? I made a decent distance, but that's only, like, a third of it. It's gonna take me a while to get you home, isn't it? Oh no, I guess I better get started. Okay, so I've made it an okay distance. Where was I? The tower was here, so I've made it like 3,000 blocks? Yeah, just about 3,000 blocks. I found another Charybdis core, so that's pretty cool. Other than that, a new Charybdis core, made it 3,000 blocks, still in some danger, still slowly making it. I'm probably gonna run out of magic kills first, but that's because I keep training up, I keep trying to train up spatial storage as we go. I think that Blink's teleport, or Spatial Motion's Blink teleport, is essentially just free. Or at least it's so cheap that I can just do it on cooldown and it's barely affecting our remaining magicules. Let's actually see. 54286. Or yeah, it 54286. It only uses about 50 magicules. Like by the time I can use it again, I've basically recovered everything I've lost for using it one time. So, like, basically free teleports on a 1-second timer, which it works out fairly well. I lose, like, 10 magic heals. That's, like, nothing. But, yep, I'm still just going. I still have, what, 5,000 blocks to go? You know what? That shouldn't take me too long. It definitely goes faster over plains and mountains, things without a bunch of trees, but, and we're gonna make it. I just have to keep making sure that our bat friend doesn't take too much damage. And it is technically a good excuse for me to just kill a bunch of slimes along the way. I've managed to kill 25, and I'm not in slime-heavy biomes. So I'll see you in a bit. Are you absolutely kidding me? No way! No way! I just traveled. Let's see, we got it here. So it was 3,000 blocks to that. Yeah, no way! I just traveled 8,500 blocks with the bat just for it to teleport in front of me when I was killing a slime. You're absolutely kidding me, game. Oh, come on. That, that bat was gonna be named Polides too. I've been singing epic songs because I like noticed how close we were getting, and I just started singing 600 Men. Ah, dang it. Dang it, we were gonna have Polides the giant bat. No. Now I'm sad. We traveled so far together. I've been keeping it so safe. And I knew that's how it was gonna go too. I just knew it. Oh. I was feeling so proud of myself. I was doing such a good job of it. I would like go up, go down, like teleport to make sure it was coming with me, and just keep doing like that. Oh, oh, I'm so sad now. Oh well, feed the machine. Behind the mining complex, cool. I can't believe I managed to make it so far. I got so far. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Oh, at least, ooh, I'm feeling happier now. I'm sad, but Summon Otherworlder just made me a whole lot happier than I was before. Those are all duplicates, so those can all go in there. I think giant bats spawn pretty commonly near, uh, the, near the village that Crest was in. I was just completely forgetting every word in that sentence. So I should be able to get another one over there, but I'm so sad about that. But I have another spell that's just going to be joining the list. It is a summoning. Yep, summon Otherworlder. That's going to go here. I'm surprised I'm even out. I was expecting this one to be a super expensive one. I'm surprised I was allowed to start clicking it now. Oh, and I should be able to master that pretty soon. Only problem is, I assume it's a very heavy MP cost to actually use the spell, even if learning it's going to be a little bit easier than expected. Oh well, it shouldn't take me too much longer to get home at this point. Might as well keep picking off slimes as I go, though. Aha, I found another wild bat. I knew they spawned pretty regularly over here at nighttime. So, gotta be careful. Interesting. I wasn't expecting them to automatically attack the bats. Where are you? There you are, my friend. So you're gonna get named Polides. uh, Polides isn't actually my favorite character in the Odyssey or in the Epic the Musical. But you know what? I'm the main character here, right? So it's like, you know what? You get to be Odysseus. You went on try to travel. Like you just came back from the dead. I misspelled that. So it only has. I'm second guessing if that's how you spell Odysseus now. I think it is. I think. 1 second. I knew something about that looked wrong. It's a double S here, not a double D, though, apparently. Where are you? Odysseus, come on. So, land here. You know, that still looks wrong, but Google told me that's how you spell the name. I don't know. I guess I'll go with the Google... I don't know. Something just feels wrong about any way I spell that word, though, so it's hard to tell. Anyways, you get to be Odysseus. You were going to get to be Polites, because, like, technically you're my subordinate. Technically speaking, the subordinate... Odysseus isn't the subordinate to anyone. But, like, you know what? I don't want to be named Odysseus anyways. I'm fine giving you the title. And we went on quite the journey together. Anyways, I'm gonna get Odysseus here back over to the Holiday Garden. Should be quite a bit easier. It's only 1,000 blocks this time. And I did just learn Summon Otherworlder and Spatial Storage. So these two, well, Summon Otherworlder has some extra stuff going on we're gonna have to go over. But Spatial Storage apparently has a secondary mode that we can't use yet. You become used... Oh, I was expecting it to pull up, like, the whole thing, but instead it gives you a spatial bag, which... Oh, it's just basically, like, a little bag here. It holds 2 chests worth of stuff. And does that just create a new one? Okay, it does. And, yeah, they just immediately get to... A lot of the magical and, like, skill-based stuff that gives you an item, if you drop said item, it gets deleted instantly now. I need to be incredibly careful when swinging my sword now. I do not want a repeat of our last adventure with Odysseus here. Okay, so I am now back here with Odysseus, who's just going to hang out for now. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the page for Summon Otherworlder. Just to see. I definitely don't have enough Magicals right now. I need to get up at least to full before I can activate this. But let's just read up on how it works. The only way to obtain it is to find the spell in a wizard tower. We did that. Create a big circle that will last 30 seconds. Anyone that knows this magic can cast a magic while looking at the created circle and pour 50,000 magicules in every 3 seconds, or 100k when mastered. If the magic circle doesn't receive an MP for 30 seconds, the spell automatically fails. Once the magic circle has received 3 million MP, the magic circle's creator has to be the one to finish the magic. The born at otherworlder is summoned with a 50% chance of being a baby, or 30% with mastered, on a cooldown of 20 minutes. It cannot summon Shizu or Hinata. Oh, we need 3 million MP. Let's see. It takes 30 seconds. Yeah, we have almost 500,000. 50k every 3 seconds. That gives us 27 seconds of recovery before we have to go again. 10 ticks. We get 50k every 10 ticks is a second, so we get 10k a second, 5 seconds, a little less. Oh, it wouldn't be easy. But I think in the Barren Lands we have just enough magical regen where we might be able to make it work. It's just going to take a while. Because, like, I have to activate it, spend 50k, wait like 10 seconds, spend another 50k, and do this until we reach 3 million? Oh, that's pretty rough, but I kind of want to test it. I kind of want to try it. I looked up dragon eggs, how to hatch the copper, the lightning dragon. It's a little bit more in depth, but I kind of want to do it at some point. We just have to go to a different biome first. That's why I have that. I'm going to need to grab a bunch more full potions, because that's 5 full potions per every 3 seconds. I think we can make this work. It is just not easy. So let me get prepared for this one. I'm going to need to stock up big time. Okay, so I now have several stacks of full potions. 9. Each of these gives 10,000 magicules, right? So essentially that's 100,000 for each stack like this. Oh, that's not going to be 3 million, is it? Like, it's a million, but it's not 3 million. I already have 500,000. With our baseline recovery as well, is it going to be enough? Or 1, 2, 1 million. If I do this, I want it to work, because this is going to be a lot of resources wasted. So let's see. That's 1.5 million EP right there. With our current of just about 500,000, do we recover enough to make up the difference? Like, will we have 1 million EP recovery during this process? Or do I go get more potions? I don't have another quick recovery EP option, do I? Well, I mean, technically speaking, unless it cancels the spell when you die. Never mind, I don't trust it won't, like, cancel the spell. I think I'm going to go for it. I set up a little altar just because it felt a little bit weird doing this on the grass. But here we go. Time to start something really, really cool. Summon Otherworlder. Oh, wait, no, that's a warp pad, so it's not going... I'm assuming that's that's not like a full block, so it can't place a summoning circle on it, which means I'm going to have to move my altar elsewhere. Okay, the altar is a lot more simple, but you know what? It's fine. I think it actually make it better looking like this anyways. I actually have that pure Magisteel block. It feels fitting to have it here. So let's get started. Where is Summon Otherworlder? This is going to be very expensive. I'm really hoping we can make it. Oh, let's just... 1 second. I'm just going to drain like a big old chunk of EP real quick. Just to double check. It's like 9,000. Let's toggle off all skills. Ability, toggle everything off. All false. I'm just going to keep on... Sadly, Magic Sense... Oh, apparently Magic Sense is one that I locked on? Except it didn't actually stay on. Oh yeah, that's right. Mana Manipulation stays on. On. Magic Sense on as well. Those two staying on feels like that makes sense. Molecular Manipulation, Sage staying on, of course. Thought Acceleration staying on. And Chant Annulment, I guess, though I don't think it will help here. I think that's all the skills I want to keep on during this. I'm still going to be draining some magic heals, but hopefully not as many as I was before. And in the time it took me to go through all that, we actually managed to go up to full. Dun, dun, dun. Do I want... I should probably time to see how long it takes me to get up to 50,000 magic heals from what I spent. Because that spends like 100... Not quite. That probably spends like 76,000. And I think that's more than 30 seconds. Let me time it real quick. Like, this is like too important to not take every precaution. I am going to do this. I just am setting up everything as much as possible first. Oh, it is like on the dime 50k in 30 seconds. That is... that's too close. I mean, the potions help. But that means I have to drink one potion every 30 seconds. I get like a big old start, activate it 8 times. Or once every 5 seconds, 30... Oh. I don't think I can afford to activate this right now. I'm going to need more potions just to make sure we actually make it. Because, like, it takes me longer than 30 seconds to brew potions. I need to, like, double the amount of potions I have real quick. And that's... Which is kind of silly. Like, I already have 2 full stacks. Let me go make a bunch more. It's not like I don't have the resources for it. Okay. I believe we now officially have it. Each of these 50 stacks should be 500,000. So half, 1, 2... 1, 2, 3... Basically 3.5 million EP across all of our potions and what we always have. Yeah, I might have overprepared a little bit. But you know what? I really, really want this. So I am going all out. Just clear out everything. I don't even want to have to open a backpack. I want to just be able to focus on the ritual itself. So, are we good? I think we're good to begin. Should I stand here? Sure, let's stand here instead. How does this work? Do I just have to look at it? Really? Maybe I should wait till nighttime, or wait until daytime. I'm surprised you came that far. Like, you can only spawn, like, right next to the hut. Anyways, we should be fine. Let's start beginning. Like, I just activate the circle, and then I have to spend 3 seconds to add 50k, and then I just have to wait and add it again, right? I believe that's how this works. Let's begin. 50k has been added. Oh, that looks so cool. Just look at it again. 100. Just keep clicking the button. 150. 2. Okay. So there's 300,000. And just down like a whole bit of potions. Just need to make sure that I do that I add in EP, or add in magicules at less than every 30 seconds. Okay, so we're at 500,000. This is... I've overprepared. Or... it's probably been like 10... It's probably been 10 seconds, so drink like a bunch of potions, start adding more again. I overprepared so heavily here, didn't I? And do... that? 1, 2... Okay, it's just about 10%, obviously. So as long as I have above 10% at any given time. And do 3 more. Yeah. We're already at 1,000,000. I've used up 2 full stacks of potions and that's it. Like, I went too far here. But you know what? We're going to use them for something else, and I'm definitely going to want to summon more otherworlders, so where's the harm in having extra? Although... I'm going to have to start grabbing out of the inventory out of them in a moment. So there's this batch done. There we go, that restarts the 30-second timer. Grab out a bunch more potions. Might drink a couple since I still have a little bit of time. I really like this. This is meant to be done with like a group of players. Just so you can like summon them a little bit earlier. You don't have to rely as heavily on potions. Although, of course, I could have tried to get a hold of like the really, really good potions, but like this works fairly well still. Oh, I ran out. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Just down a bunch of potions. Yeah. having a huge potion farm like this that I can just farm up as many full potions as I want. It's really handy. Anyways, I'm just gonna... Do I just capture the whole process on camera, or do I pop away here? Like, it's not gonna take you that much longer. I was expecting this to be, like, a much lengthier process. I was expecting you have to wait to regen a bunch. Drink just a handful more. Actually, just finished that batch. 1, 2. This is gonna put us at 1,700,000. I am curious how many extra potions I made, actually. Like, I made 3,000,000 and a bit of change out of potions only. So, I'm curious where we're going to end up at. This is going to put us at 1,900,000, maybe 1,950,000? Depending on how much magical regen we do. It was almost 1,950,000, but not quite. Oh, this is... I'm really excited. I have no idea which otherworlder we're gonna get. It literally could be anyone but Hinata or Shizu. So, pretty exciting stuff. Might as well grab out extra potions. Nope, don't actually clear inventory. Or hotbar, rather. Come on. Only 900,000 to go. It feels a little bit weird keeping so much dead space in of just drinking potions, but it would also feel just as weird cutting out part of this ritual, at least the first time. Because, like, this is what you have to expect if you're trying to summon another worlder at this level. This is something you're supposed to do after, like, true Demon Lord, or / true hero. This is not something you're supposed to do before you're at, like, a max CP possible. So, there's that. I feel like we're going to end up with, like, multiple stacks. Like, 32? Are we going to end up with, like, 32 extra potions or something like that? Would be my guess. Maybe 48? Let's see. Only 500,000 to go. That's going to be finishing off this stack and probably the one after it. And then after that... I don't know. It's like whatever 100% of our AP is. I don't know how many potions it is at this point. 2, This will put it at 2-7. And I'll probably get it on, not this stack, but the one after. 2-7, 2-8, 2-8-5. That should be enough for 2-9. There we go. It's going to be just shy of 2-9-5. Okay. Last one. Only 5 more potions, basically. 4, 5. Clear out an empty space. And it's a baby! It's a baby Mai! Hello there. Can you like follow me up here? I don't know if I got a good picture of you. But I got like multiple photos of like the full summoning ritual. It's a baby. Aw. Um hmm. Are we gonna do the whole thing where like the kid dies if I don't give them a spirit? We're not gonna do that, right? um I really, really hope not. But my Faruki, we got Traveler. I have a feeling I'm gonna need to like actually give you a bow and whatnot. Let's see, you're automatically a subordinate. That took a lot of resources, but not as many as I was expecting. So, how much extra did I actually end up with? 1,000,000? 3. And that. Okay, so I ended up... I knew I was going to be 500,000 too much, which is, like, that right there. Like, I was expecting this. I wasn't expecting to recover, like, a full 1,000,000 during that entire process in return. But, that means... Yeah, I only would need to brew, like, another 50 potions in order to make sure we do this a second time. Or, actually, I guess you can look at that. 64 and 58. Hmm. Yeah, I'd only need, like, one more stack of potions, and I'd be able to summon another otherworlder in 20 minutes. But that seems pretty cool to me. That's probably a pretty good place to end things off. So, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. Is that Basilisk actually coming to get us? Like, apparently there's a little desert of death there. I didn't even realize it, but when I started working closer and closer to this edge, it started going just slightly into range. Anyways, yeah, bye. I want to thank everyone one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members, Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Starfilled Void, O'Mello, It Me, Sammy Lawrence, and Logan Anderson. Thank you all so much for the extra support. For real now, take care, everybody.